sharing ideas about education, parenting, and what it means to raise the next generation of thinkers, dreamers, and doers. Today, we're looking ahead, far ahead into the future. What will schools look like in the year 2095? What will students need to learn, and how will imagination, play, and creativity shape their world? Recently, during our Futurist Fridays, we've been inspired by the work of Antonio Viva, who challenges educators to think like futurists, and by Jane McGonigal, whose book Imaginable encourages us to stretch our minds and practice future thinking. So, we decided to ask the experts themselves, our students, to imagine the future of education. Because who better to envision the next 70 years of learning than the very kids who are experiencing school today? Here's what our 4th and 5th graders had to say when we asked them to imagine schools in 2095. First question for you guys. When you think about the future, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Ella?
New stuff.
Okay. Avi?
Flying cars.
Flying cars. Quinn?
I think there's going to be way more high quality things. AI taking over.
I think there's a lot of people are going to be using robots instead of stuff.
Ooh. Ben?
The AI apocalypse.
I think that AI is going to be feeding people bad information, but people are going to keep using it and failing.
Gotcha. Luke?
There's going to be flying chairs where there's a lot of buttons on it. It's like a massage chair. You can do anything with it.
Interesting. Let's move to another question. If you could travel in a time machine to the year 2095, what do you think schools will look like? Avi?
Well, do you mean straightlets or any
schools? Any school. What do you think they'll look like? Could be straightlets.
Probably, it's hard to answer that.
It is hard to answer that because 2095 is 70 years from now, right?
Yeah. Actual vehicles from the past being recess.
Interesting. Mia, what do you think?
I feel like schools are going to have more high-tech computers, and maybe not computers. They might have something new instead of computers. And I think that the newsroom is going to have maybe some kind of cool invention that you don't have to start the camera, or it starts by itself or something. And I just think that the schools are just going to look very different in general.
Okay. Levi, what do you think?
I think that the outside of schools, so the walls, there would be you could see almost energy running through, powering the whole building. And I think you would also see inside, I feel there would be robots teaching everyone. There wouldn't really be computers anymore. There would just be robots.
Wow. Olivia, you had your hand up earlier.
Yeah, I think the schools would be really old.
They'll be old?
Yeah.
Okay. Ella?
I feel there's going to be instead of just regular teachers, teachers are going to stay home and have robots that talk and do stuff for them. And there's not going to be anyone in the school except for the kids.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm afraid of that. But interesting. Mia.
So I think that schools are going to be less populated. Kids aren't going to be showing up to class anymore.
Why?
Because I feel in the future they're probably going to think oh, school's boring. I could do all my work from home on my robot or something, or my computer. And in reality, now you have to go to school and get you have to see work on paper, not on the screen.
Gotcha. Quinn?
But there's also a very high chance where the school's abandoned, so nobody goes there.
Oh my gosh, that would be so sad.
Everybody has their own personal teaching robot and the robot that can do everything for them.
Okay. Ben, what do you think?
Probably kind of the same, because some schools don't change that much. Maybe just a little bit different.
Okay. Mia?
I feel some of the schools, instead of having schools, I feel maybe the parents have, instead of paying for a school, they pay for a robot that would be our teachers, a robot that lives at your house and you charge it overnight, And then in the morning, it teaches you all the like math, science, technology, and everything you need to know.
Okay. All right, let's go on to another question. What would you be most excited about or most nervous about seeing in the future? Ella,
Probably how different it's gonna be. Like,
would you be excited about that or nervous?
I'd be kind of scared to see what it looks like, because like it's like we've never actually seen the past and see what school's like, or at least weird to me to think like all the way to, what was it, 2095?
Yeah, 2095. How old are you
Yeah.
going to be in 2095?
Like 80?
Is that hard to imagine?
Kind of.
Yeah, I would think so.
I feel like in the future I would be nervous that people have already started to use AI for like everything now, so I feel like AI would like be over the world. Somebody would build a robot that can teach you. I'm nervous about that. That's just hard to imagine.
Levi?
I would be excited about first two things. First, like when I'm like 25, I would probably keep my car until then, because I would just like to see riding around in like to them olden days car, and like everybody's like, when was this made?
Yeah, it would be an antique, right?
And then secondly, I would be kind of nervous about like kind of what Neve said, AI's, everybody's using it. I feel like there would be map how controlled AI would be.
Okay.
Like all over the world, it would be all over.
Quinn?
I would be nervous in the future because if you're trying to, and not just school, like if you're trying to talk to someone or something, and like let's say you're allowed to bring your phone to school or something, it'll be way too distracting and you can't have like family time, or like if you're trying to talk to your teacher, you'll be too distracted and everyone's on their computer, or iPad, or phone.
What excites you or what makes you nervous?
I feel like I would probably be excited and a little nervous to see like what they come up with for movies.
For movies?
In the future.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
What's taking over the world like in that time? I feel like AI might already be in its best years ever. What would be coming up and rising?
Yeah, I hear you. Let's talk a little bit about learning and technology for a second. We've touched on it a little bit, but let me reframe that question for you guys because I want to know what you think about this. What kinds of technology do you imagine that students will be learning? I'm going to give you some examples. Do you think they're going to be using holograms, virtual reality, robots, or something we don't even know about yet? What do you think about that question?
Probably like holograms, but mostly they won't probably go to school in like 80 years or something.
What are they going to be doing if they don't go to school? Why won't they go to school?
Probably they'd be doing other things. Things they think is more important, like scrolling on their phone. I think really if you use your phone too much, you'll probably forget about all the important stuff, and nobody will care about the good stuff.
What do you think the technology will be? Holograms, virtual reality? Mia?
I feel like, so some people know those things in movies where they tap on like the side of their glasses or the side of their eye, and then a screen just pops up in front of them. So I feel like somehow, someday, someone's gonna come up with that, and kids will be like always using it, just wearing those like sunglasses indoors, outdoors, and then like pressing the button and having it like just a screen pop up in front of them. And I'm scared because I think that some people, like in classrooms, I feel like it's going to be more about the technology than it is about learning on paper and paying attention to your friends so like you can actually talk. I feel like people, even if you're sitting next to them, I feel like people are just going to text them.
Yeah, that would be a sad reality. Olivia, what did you want to add to that?
So I feel like it would be something that we don't know about yet, because like who knows what will happen in 70 years. Who knows what will happen. And it's like kind of scary also, because like if AI takes over the world.
I feel like it could be all of them, because like maybe they'll find a way to do like holograms, but different than what we think of holograms. And also like Mia said, like the sunglasses that like you press a button and it just shows a screen like magically. I feel like that could really happen if AI takes over the whole world, and if they have like holograms and all of that stuff made, I feel like they can do it.
I feel like it would be something we don't know about yet, because let's go back in time to 70 years before today.
Good idea.
They did not have AI. They may have had cars. They might have just started technology. From then and now, it has been a time chain. So I feel like in 70 years, it will be like back to 70 years in the past, just like more advanced technology. Although, I don't know if this goes a little bit off topic. Last year, I went trick-or-treating with my friends, and we saw these kids like driving in a car, not walking. And like I thought in my brain, like, that just defeats the purpose. You're using AI to walk? Really?
Kids in 2095 will need to learn that we kind of don't focus on too much today. Something that we don't really spend a lot of time and energy on, but that they might have to. Do you have an idea about that, Abby?
Probably like coding. Last question that you asked, we were like focusing on like technology being different. And,
Yeah.
Like you said that it could also be learning.
Yeah.
I was thinking that like we have learned that like people are trying to bring back dinosaurs. I just kind of imagine like if those people's kids just keep doing it and then just passes on. Kids in 2095 will learn dinosaurs in their classroom for science.
It's a very interesting thought. I like it. Mia?
If anybody's seen the movie WALL-E, they take people on like a big boat just made out like all AI and stuff, where people just sit down, they don't do any work, they sit down and there's like chairs that move around that takes them to get food, and they use screens every 5 minutes, and I'm just scared like if something like that ever happens.
They seem happy in that movie?
Well, the people are happy, but then there's one person he's not a person, he's a robot, but he still remembers like the world before that happened. So he's like sad and stuff that like the world has changed so much.
I think they'll need to focus on losing weight, because like they would be on their chairs every like
Being around enough? Not
yeah, so they need to go to the gym.
I feel like kids won't really have to learn that much, because like they probably will already know that, like, because the parents will probably be saying like all these words like to teach them. I feel like a lot of them would have homeschool, and like I also feel like if we're gonna, it's scary like what to think the future would be like, because like now then there would be more people that are from bad people. They would want to do what their parents did.
How will they connect?
So
You guys hang out together. You have
Yeah.
lots of time for
So like instead of like toys, I guess they'll have like something that's for like technology, or like a computer, or like an iPad.
How will they connect with their friends?
I feel like that they will talk to their friends just like how they do now, but a little differently. While they talk to their friends, they'll be on a screen or like a
So not in
technology.
person. You don't think they'll
Yeah.
be, like, next to each
Yeah,
other? Okay.
because they're still like addicted to technology.
I feel like using gym equipment would be like racing to see who's better, and like you get stronger, and like not good sportsmanship.
Okay. Do you think that kids will still hang out together? Like after school or on the weekend?
Yeah,
In person?
it matters on their personality.
Okay. What do you think, Neve?
I think they're gonna communicate by texting. I just think that like texting or calling would be that one, because I feel like the parents would be like sick of all the technology. I get home from school, do my homework, and then sit on my computer for like an hour. My parents get sick of me, so they like tell me like get off and go play. But I'm like, no, I want to keep playing. And they're like, no. And then my dad's like, get off or I'm going to come and shut your computer. So I'm like, okay. But I feel like parents in the future would be like more harsh to their kids. Like,
Well, what are they going to do if the parents tell them they can't connect with their friends online, and they tell them you got to shut the computer off? How are they going to connect with their friends? Do you think they'll go outside? Do you think they'll?
I think they'll probably get a ride,
Okay.
and then probably just take their phone and then stand next to them and start texting still. Probably.
Oh, while they're standing next to each other, instead of talking, they're going to text each other?
Yeah.
And not say a word?
No.
Okay, wow. Ben, what do you think?
They would probably connect through virtual reality. Maybe they might even not meet somebody they really know. Somebody could just go on a game and tell them hi. A game where you talk to people with a mic. They could probably use a voice changer and sound different. And probably gain their trust and make them a friend. And then they will learn more about the person they met.
But they won't ever meet in person?
Yeah.
Let's go on to another question. Let's talk about future world challenges. What problems do you think that kids in school in 2095 are going to help solve? Think they're going to help solve climate change? Do you think they're going to create new kinds of jobs? Or do you think they're going to explore space or the ocean? What do you think kids are going to be helping?
I think they're gonna explore space more because I think they're gonna be more inventions. Because I think the world is gonna be more powerful, or people is gonna be more powerful. And I feel it's just gonna destroy the world because let's say pollution or something. They cut down too many trees. Who knows what? But that's it.
Do you think they're going to live on Earth?
Actually, that's a pretty good question. I don't know.
What do you think, Mia? Are they going to live on Earth?
I think people are going to live on Mars.
Why? Do you think it's because of climate change?
I think that a lot of stuff is going to happen to the Earth, and
Why do you think a lot of things happen to the Earth?
I think that people are hurting the planet by using AI, cutting down trees and all that stuff. And I think that people who actually will remember trees, because they're going to have blow-up trees, I think the people who remember trees are going to want real land back. And they're going to move to Mars using technology so that they can breathe there forever.
I think kids in 2095 are going to help figure all that out.
I think that instead of learning math, science, and all that, I think they're going to learn how to build, how to use technology, so I think they're not going to have the stuff that we learn, because they're just going to use calculators.
Avi?
I think that a kid could just be sketching out in what every class it could be, and then they just sketch out car, and then they're even before 2095, in the middle of 2025 and 2095, and then they tell people, and then eventually it gets the government, the U.S. government,
To help solve these problems?
yeah, and then they're we'll hang off a little, and then maybe in 2095, except the thing, I feel people would be living on Earth, Mars, and the Moon, because we've been trying to get people to live on Mars and the Moon. NASA has been exploring ways to get people to the Moon.
Yeah, and Mars, right?
Mars.
Yeah.
And maybe even more places.
Okay. Levi, what do you think?
I agree to Avi and Mia because
So you think people will live everywhere? Earth, Mars, the Moon?
Mars, or maybe the Moon. If something were to happen to Earth, it's not suitable, I think we would actually go to Mars because I don't know if it was long ago or soon. Mars rovers actually found frozen water on Mars. And they think it's maybe it was once having life on it, and then all of a sudden it just froze.
Yeah, so they're already investigating that, right?
Humans and kids would probably help with that, because in the future any day could be when we have to switch to another planet.
Okay, that's true. Let's change gears again, and I'm just going to mention to you guys, so there's people who are called futurist thinkers, and some of what they say is that the future is already here, it's just in the margins, and that's kind of like what we were talking about with, maybe people will live on Mars because they've been working and investigating that for a while, so that's the future's here, but it's just in the margins. So thinking as a futurist, which is what I'm asking you guys to do right now, what's one amazing future hope that you have that you're hoping will come true? Something for the future that you're hoping will come true. Ben?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna make like building around like Mars so everybody can like breathe. And maybe they're gonna move everybody to like Mars so we can expand life.
Do you want to move there?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe? Okay. What about your
And then we
kids
can-
or your grandkids? Do you think they'll live there? 'Cause you're
I
gonna
don't know.
be 80.
Yeah, well, maybe they're gonna add like everything we have here to Mars, but like more advanced
Okay.
stuff that's gonna be like then, like when it's gonna come out, like more technology there instead of the technology we have now.
Gotcha. Quinn, what's your hope for the future?
I really hope that the world doesn't end and that like people don't litter and like start pollution. Like factories, they start a lot of pollution, and yeah, I just hope that the world doesn't end and we can carry on life.
That's good. Avi?
Personally, I hope that everything could be like automatic, like so much more advanced technology-wise, but like only like vehicles, but like not like more technology. I feel like right now, iPads, tablets, phones, that's already a lot.
Yeah.
It would still really help if the technology in cars, in like vehicles or like chairs, like was improved, but still it fixed the world's problems, like it didn't pollute.
So if you don't think we need more technology, you just think you'd like to see the technology we have advance.
I don't think we need more technology that's like screen technology. I think we only need more technology that's like to be used, not in action.
I like it. So if you could send us a message, let's say kids from 2095, if they could send us a message, what do you think they'd say about how we're doing today? Like, pretend you are a kid from 2095. What would you tell us? Mia?
So I would say, hi. So right now I live on Mars, and I have my special glasses. And my parents said we get to move to this thing called Earth. I haven't heard of it before, but they said it's really cool. And I don't really feel like there's anything we can do besides taking my flying car. It's like a 100, so it's not that good. But after we move to Earth, I'm pretty sure, I think that we're going to go to move to Pluto.
You could send a message to kids in 2095. What would you tell them?
I always wanted to know, like, how do you guys use AI, and like, how are people in the future, and what schools do you attend?
Do you attend school, right?
Yeah.
One quick question. Would you have different languages? Do you guys add new languages? Or like,
Language changes over time, doesn't it?
yeah, and also, how would you walk? Like, would you even walk?
I don't know. Good question. That's what you want to ask Mia?
If I got to send a message to the future, 2095, yeah, and I had to say something, it would probably sound like this. Please don't ruin the Earth and don't make it explode, because a lot of people say that's going to happen. Save me a flying car. And do you guys still drink water, or is there like something like new? Do you like drink something called like something like new instead of water? And then, do you still breathe air? Because if they live on like Mars or Pluto or Uranus or something, do they still breathe air?
Thank you very much for participating in our 2095 podcast. Hearing our students imagine the future reminds us why futurist thinking matters so much in education. When children picture what's possible, whether that's learning with robots, solving global challenges, or building kinder communities, they're already shaping the world ahead. As Jane McGonigal reminds us, imagining the future isn't about prediction, it's about preparation. It helps us build the skills, empathy, and creativity we'll need to make those futures real. So as we continue our Futurist Fridays and our conversations here at SIA, let's keep asking, what kind of future are we imagining? And how are we helping our students create it? Thank you to our amazing 4th and 5th graders for sharing their voices and their visions of the future. And thank you for listening. I'm Heather Moore, and this is SIA, the future of education, the next 70 years.